Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Treble. My name is Caesar, and last week I didn't post a new episode last week because it was my birthday week. And so I gave myself a break. I gave myself a break. I didn't want to spend the weekend editing and getting everything ready for the podcast because this isn't my full-time, way of making my income. I have a full-time job and the weekends are the only days that I have off. So I definitely needed a break, and it gave me some perspective. It made me think about what direction I want to do this podcast and take this podcast, because I realized that I spent a lot of my weekends not to say I don't enjoy doing this. Like, I love talking to the mic. I love doing the recording of the videos. Where I lack a little bit of wanting to do this is the editing part. And so right now I can't afford an editor. So I'm thinking of taking this podcast into a new direction of speaking of different topics in the music industry. Not just focus on the weekly releases. I think my intention with that was because I wanted to stay on top of what was going on. I wanted to keep up with the music that was going on, music news, pop culture. But I realized that it's very hard for me to do that when I do have a full-time position and still things to do at home. And so I think it's best for me and for the podcast just to expand more and do things a little different, is to just pick different topics throughout the week. Now, not to say that I won't talk about new releases. What I'm thinking about is doing like a monthly podcast of the music that was released. And I think that's going to be my way of showing you guys and introducing you guys to new music, and also showing you the things that I like and the music that I like. So I think that's going to be my ideas, thrown out there for me to do that instead of focusing on weekly releases. And I say that too is because last week there was literally one song that I felt was worth mentioning. One song. Okay. And that's a huge problem because yes, a lot of artists are releasing music. We're getting a bunch of different people, releasing music, albums, but they're not connecting with me, and they're not something that I would want to talk about. And I don't want to talk about an album if I didn't like it, honestly. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that kind of content creator. I just want to show you the actual songs and music that I enjoy. And so definitely shifting gears and taking this podcast to a new direction is going to be so much fun, because now I'll be able to I'm going to be honest, pre-plan a little bit of the content and do a little bit more research and pre-record a lot of things, and not spend my whole weekend working, because I also need days off. I also need time to spend with family and friends, because you just need it, or even a getaway. If I want to go out of town, get away for the weekend, I won't be able to record for you guys if I'm out of town. So that's the new direction we're heading to. Now, this new music release week was epic. There was so much to talk about, but we are focusing in on Cardi B. Okay. This is a focus episode of Cardi B. There are some singles that I'm going to be talking about, and then I'm also focusing on Cardi B's new album, Am I the Drama, and showing you the songs that I like. So let's get started and get into it. And let me just show you the song that I said was worth mentioning from last week's drop release, okay? All right, guys, so to start off the first segment, which is new singles release. So last week, Demi Lovato released her second single, Here All Night. Let me tell you, this song is so much better than Fast. I love it so much that I have overplayed it than the song Fast. And Fast is up there. Like, I played Fast for so much that I was just happy to get new Demi Lovato music and more in the pop scene, because we've gotten like a bunch of like pop rock from her. We haven't really gotten a true pop record, and this is going to be that record. And I am so excited for her album to come out in October. The album cover is epic. Also, like, I'm excited to hear another song that she teased called Frequencies. She also teased a song called Kiss. And I'm going to do a whole deep dive episode of Demi Lovato. So I'm so excited to do that. And especially with this new release, it's going to be awesome. And I can't wait to talk to you guys about this. But this song, Here All Night, Demi Lovato, She killed it. I love the fact that she was doing choreography. Like, it was so cool to see her in that space, in that realm, because I don't think she's done that since maybe her third album or something like that. Like, but I don't think she's ever done like a full choreography and learning to dance and all this stuff, because she was doing more of the pop rock genre. And so yeah, it's nice to see her in this. It's a very dance pop track, up tempo, upbeat. Kind of feels like an 80s nightclub feel. It has very confident, like I can sense it in her voice and her aura that she's confident with this record. Also, it's very euphoric. It reminds me of something like you can kind of also do like jazzercise with this song, which is not a bad thing. I think it's amazing. And I just love the fact, the topic she talks about getting over a heartbreak by dancing all night, which is pretty cool. You know, I feel like the best way to get up from when you are in a more not downward spiral, when you're in a more sad mood, or even, you know, going through a heartbreak, whether you're sad or heartbroken, best way to kind of feel better is movement. And I think dancing helps with that a lot. So definitely a great song, a great second single. I think she just elevated herself from her first single, and I hope the third single is going to be even better. I really do hope that she does get the streams and the numbers, and people finally realize her talent, because she is a great singer. And now the fact that she's actually stepping into a pop dance record, it's just going to be so much better, because a lot of people, I think a lot of her fans have been anticipating this type of music from her. She's teased a little bit, you know, with like Cool for the Summer, Neon Lights. Like, she has done some pop records, but none have felt like danceable. None have felt like it's a dance record. Like, she is a dance girl. Like, you really haven't gotten that from her. And so I'm excited for her. She killed it with the song. I love the whole video as well. Go check out the video, man. Like, she killed it with that choreography. I love the visuals. It feels very like New Yorkish. And yeah, she killed it. She killed it all the way. And I would say that was the only song last week that was released where I felt like I wanted to talk about. You know, every other song I kind of didn't. And so for her to release this in a time where people are not really releasing greater music, and she's the one sticking out, I hope she gets the recognition she does deserve. And not because no other artist is releasing music, but I feel like she's been overshadowed by a lot of artists where she shouldn't be at all. And so I think this record is really gonna, really open up people's eyes and see how much talent she truly does have. So definitely Here All Night by Demi Lovato. Check that song out. It's amazing. You will not be disappointed. All right, guys. So let's move on to this week's music releases. So the first song, there's only two. So the first song you should definitely go check out is Yes Baby by Madison Beer. Oh my God. This song is such a vibe. It's such a Madison Beer move that I feel like she needed. She needed that push. With the success of her older song, Make You Mine, where she got a Grammy. I don't know if she got a Grammy nomination or she won the Grammy. I can't recall. But she's sticking to that sound. That sound has truly kind of like embodied her, and truly I think this direction is going to help her so much. And I think also because of the way the music industry is right now, there is no top genre that people are doing. Everyone's doing their own thing in the pop scene. So this is really sticking out. This is something that I feel like I kind of been waiting for her to do. She has had great pop records, but I feel like this is a whole different sound. This is the sound that, I'll be honest with you, I wish Selena Gomez would do. Because it's this flirty, it's this fun, it's like this dance pop song, but it's not like a heavy pop song. Like, it's very like silky and smooth and very like just more chill pop, but still very danceable, still something that can be played in the club. So I think that's why this song works for her. And it works well for Madison Beer's voice because she has a very unique voice. She doesn't have like, when she sings live, of course, she sings very strong. But when she's more flirty, when she's more smooth, I think that's where she dominates and really captivates the audience members and her fans. So I love this song. This song's so cool. In the music video teaser, if you haven't seen that, she's literally walking on a treadmill with heels. Like, iconic. No other artist can do that. Well, I shouldn't say that. I haven't seen any other artist do that. I know there's been like a few videos of that, but she just looked amazing. And also the music video itself is more prominent to the flirtiness, fun, more sexy kind of video, which is very pop girl to do. And so I think that's really going to also help her shift from not being known so much to actually be explosive to her career. Like, I feel like so many people haven't given her the chance or given her the props to hear her voice and get listen to her music because of the fact that she's more like an Instagram girl, but she's not. Like, she's just super pretty, and people oversee her prettiness over her talent, which I don't think you should. You should always look at an artist's talent first and then the beauty standards. But I don't even think you should even be looking at her beauty standards at all, or the way she looks. You should need to just love an artist because of what the kind of art they can do and the way they sing. It's very sad that she wasn't able to get the props that she deserved, but I hope she's getting them now. She's very vocally talented. She's just had this great blow up with Make You Mine, and now with this song, just a continuation of that sound and that space is really going to catapult her career. I really do hope it does. And I'm so excited for this new album just because I know she's going to kill it. She's going to give me what I've been wanting from her since the beginning. You know, whenever she released As You Please, when she was doing like that tropical R&B type of sound, I really did enjoy that. But I feel like this is just another level up of that sound that she did. And the fact that she just did it with so much confidence is what I think gravitates me towards her to want to see what else is going on in her career. So definitely go check it out. It's called Yes Baby by Madison Beer. You will not want to skip that track, honestly. Like, she really did her thing on that. Okay, guys, so this next song is by Hyolyn. It's called Shawty. Shawty? S-H-O-T-T-Y. Shawty. Okay, so this song, I don't recall if it was released last week or this past week, but I found it this week. I didn't listen to it last week. I found it this week. I found it in one of the playlists, and wow. If you don't know Hyolyn, she was from a K-pop girl group called Sistar, and Sistar had one of the most greatest fan base. They had a huge success. Like, even towards the end of the group disbandment, I felt like that was their strongest point, and it was really sad to see that because I really did think this group would have stayed longer together and would be able to be as successful as like someone like Blackpink and 21 and Baby Monster, because they just had this unique aura to them. Like, I really liked their videos. I really liked their music. They were vocally talented. They were all vocally talented, even though Hyolyn was the main singer in the group. So then I feel like because of that, she is the most successful, right? But when they all would do a song together, it would just sound amazing, cohesive, and they all had a moment to shine within their music. So yes, so this song, Shawty by Hyolyn, it's such a Hyolyn track, and by that I mean it's such a hip-hop, urban, R&B type of sound that I love Hyolyn to do. I like Hyolyn when she does this hip-hop R&B sound, or when she does a straight kind of dance pop record with like a tropical drop or a EDM drop or anything like that. I feel like that's when she's the most successful. And so I think this is just going to just elevate her career. And I love how powerful she is with her dancing, with her vocal abilities. She has such a unique voice that I don't think people in the K-pop world truly give her the props she deserves. Like, when she first released a song called Laying Low, I think this was like 4 years ago or 3 years ago. That is what solidified me that she can truly do anything in the music space. She can dance, she can sing, she can do great choreography, she can do just the delivery of vocals so well, and she also can show us and show the audience what she's singing and truly give us that feeling of like, wow, what she's singing, you can feel what she's singing. And I think when an artist can do that, can portray that, is what gets me especially to even like them even more. But yes, Shawty by Hyolyn, it's such a cool track. You know, it's more sexually driven, honestly. Like, it's more about wanting to be with someone, and you just feel confident and strong and within yourself and in your body to want to be with somebody, right? And so I think that's what adds the extra element of confidence to this song, and the extra layer of just that power that she has with her voice, with her visuals, with her choreography. And so this song just reminds me of Laying Low, but just to a next level. Now, I do love Laying Low a little bit more than this song, but I think Shawty's going to be up there in my favorites from her discography, because she truly is diversifying in different spaces, in different K-pop genres within that space as well. And so for her, this is just another step up. I just can't believe of everything that she's been able to do. I can't believe of all the great things she's been doing the last few years that still push her forward into getting to, for other people to get to know her and experience her music the way that I do. And it's just so amazing. I just cannot wait for her next project, because her last project she did was truly like a no skip project, and this is just going to be so much better, especially if she sticks to this R&B, urban, hip-hop type of sound. And so, yeah, go check it out, guys. Go check it out. It's the only K-pop song I have this week and the last few weeks that I feel like have truly captured my attention and wanting to share with you. So definitely check it out. All right, guys. So now let's get to the main segment of this full episode, which is Cardi B's Am I the Drama album. Now, this album, I could say, was a huge shocker. I'll be honest with you. I was not anticipating this album. I was not giddy. I was not impatient. I was not involved, or even what is the word? I was not even excited for this album release because of the way the rollout was happening. I just felt like there was really no rollout. We really didn't get like a great first couple singles. And so I feel like there was something lacking with that. And so I wasn't excited. And people really did doubt her. People doubted her ability to release this album. And I hope people get to kind of like give her that chance. You know, those people who were thinking about that, give her that chance, because I was one of them. I was one of those that I wasn't interested. I got interested when she released the features. And the features that stood out to me were, of course, Selena Gomez, because that's my girl, Janet Jackson, and also who was the other? Oh, Summer Walker. I love Summer Walker. I like her music. I don't follow her, but when she releases a song or she's featured on a song, I think she just elevates a song well. But yes, I just feel like this album exceeded the expectations. I feel like this album is so much better than her first album, because I feel like her first album was very, what's the word? I just listened to it as well a couple of days ago. So it's very, there's a lot of skippable tracks there based on the production. Lyrically, she does have great punchlines and verses, but sonically it wasn't as well crafted as this. I feel like sonically it was just a little more laid back than like her singles, which were like Bodak Yellow, which were I Like It, which were Ring. So like those singles stood out from her first album, but the rest of the album didn't sound like that. And not to say this album sounds cohesive, because it doesn't. There's a little bit of everything with this new album. She has pop, she has R&B, she even features like this merengue type of sound. Now I don't know if it was a sample or what. I don't think it was, but She features that genre. She has R&B, she has mid-tempo songs, she has hardcore hip hop songs. So she's very versatile in this project, but it's all working well towards her. And I think what I love about this album is that in her interviews, she has said she's not afraid to call out people. She's not afraid to call out those artists that have dissed her, to call out artists that have disrespected her family. And she literally did that. Like, she truly called out Bia, called out JT, which is two other rap girls. I'm pretty sure she called out Nicki Minaj because there was so many verses that didn't specify the name, but you can tell if you go back and you listen to it and you reference the verse to what's going on, like in the hip hop community or with beefs within artists, you can connect the dots easily. So she did a great job. I freaking love this album. The only drawback I would say is maybe we wanted another Megan Thee Stallion collab, not so much just WAP thrown in there. I understand why WAP was thrown in there and Up, but I feel like if she would have mixed it in within the track listing, it would have made it better. You know, it would have made WAP fit into somewhere in between in the track listing and not throw it at the end. Like, we all wanted Kill 'Em Hoes. I think that was the end of that last song. It's called Kill Them Hoes. I think that song, if that was the last song of the whole album, it would have been perfect, you know? And so I think that's the only thing I didn't like. I didn't like that a song that I will be talking about, it's called Bodega Baddie, was the shortest song. It was like a minute and like 40 seconds. Like, I wish it was a longer song because it was really good. I think that's the only drawback, I would say, those two drawbacks. Overall, the whole discography is pretty cool. There are some few skippable tracks, in my opinion, just because I just didn't really like the production. Like I said, she does great verses. She's not just talking nonsense. I think she's an artist that can talk nonsense, but she's also an artist that can talk real verses and give you good ideas and get you thinking of what she just said. Like, she's just one of those artists that she can. And I don't feel like every hip hop artist can do that. And so I think she did a great job. I think she's just elevated herself. I hope this is kind of like a album of the year for her because a lot of people are praising it. She's getting really great reviews. And like I said, I was shocked. I was shocked of how much I liked it because I was going into it like not really expecting much, but she really outdid herself so much with this album. But yes, so I just love her themes. You know, she talks about her success, empowerment, female empowerment. She's talking about sex positivity. She's talking about her public relationships and public personal relationships. She's also talking about like people who have dissed her in a sense, who she kind of has beef with, and how she always has stated she's never the one to start those beefs. She's always been going against other women, not women, I should say, other artists who have dissed her first. And so I completely kind of agree with that statement because based on some of the research I did with beef on her side, she was never really the person to start it. And so I give her that props for sure. She's talking about subpersonal growth, self-reflection, and how she can just become a better person for her kids and for her new relationship, and just be a better partner. And so I think the themes overall are so great. I just love the fact and the personal self-growth that you can hear within this album, which a lot of artists can't do and won't do, and give you that aspect of personal growth and self-reflection because we're all just trying to become better people, right? So such a vibe. I just love how this album's full of genres. You know, like I said before, it has this pop, it has mid-tempo R&Bs, it has hardcore hip-hop, it has smoother hip-hop songs. Like, it's just giving us all different type of genres with this, and I hope she really does continue this type of style where she is releasing albums with these different type of genres, because as a Latina artist who I believe she's Dominican and African American, I don't recall, but she knows Spanish. She knows how to sing in Spanish. She knows how to speak Spanish. So for her to show us that side a little bit more would be so cool to see, because we really don't see that side. We have heard her in like some Spanish features, or even in some features where she is throwing, Spanish words here and there, but give us a full Spanish song. I think that would be so cool. She does have Bodak Yellow in Spanish, but it's not like an original Spanish song. So I think that's what I want. An original Spanish song where she's rapping in Spanish or singing in Spanish, whatever. But yes, I think Cardi B really did her thing on this album for sure. She did a great job. I think it's just one of those albums that are gonna be iconic to her discography, and I think a lot of artists don't do a better second album than their first album, and she kind of broke that. She broke that kind of curse. Now, some of the songs that I do enjoy, first and foremost, is Bodega Baddie. I think that's like my favorite, honestly, just because of the merengue, Mexican influence, and how she is just stepping into that world where I want her to explore more, that Spanish world. And she did a great job. Like, she did a great verse. She's dancing to the music. Like, it's very danceable. It's very hyped. It's very upbeat. And I think this is just one of her better songs overall. It's even better than I Like It, to be honest. I know it's two completely different sounds, but it's just one of those better records that she has on this, and it's because it's the one that's more danceable. So yes, Bodega Baddie, she's just talking about like how she comes from the Bronx. She's saying she is the queen. She's demonstrating us her roots of how she grew up. So I love that she incorporated this type of sound with that kind of story in her lyrics. Also, we have Pretty and Petty, which is the smoother hip hop R&B song. Not R&B, it's a smoother hip hop track. And she is literally calling out Bia, like a whole like verse and a half. She's literally calling her out on her shit that she has done towards her and her daughter. And I think Cardi B has the right to do that. She has the right to call out the people who are calling her out. And so she literally destroys Bia so much. But I read that now Bia is getting a lot of streams because a lot of people didn't know who Bia was. So now people are checking out Bia's music, which I would say is good for both of them. It shows the power that Cardi B has over someone. And it's good for Bia because she's getting the streams, right? Her streams are going up. So I would say it was like a win-win, because either way, people are still listening to Cardi B and people have not stopped listening to her. So Pretty and Petty, it's such a cool vibe. It's such a cool track. Like, I just love how like not raunchy, but how like confident she sounds, and how she doesn't like give a fuck, basically. Like, she doesn't. Like, that's just the way that she sounds throughout this record. And so I think it's just so much that she talks about, so much how she says how petty she is. Like, she's acknowledging that, but she's saying it, she's only being like that because of the fact of how another person is dissing her little girl and dissing her family. And she's like, I will not tolerate that. So I think this was a perfect song to call Bia out, to be honest. So yeah, Pretty and Petty, check that one out. It's just so cool. The third song is called On My Back, featuring Lourdes, Lourdes, Lourdes. And it's more an R&B track. What surprised me about this track, I don't know if Lourdes is still with Heavy on It, which is Nicki Minaj record label. And so it was interesting to see this name, because how is someone signed to Nicki Minaj featured in a Cardi B song? That's a true question that I was just like, that makes no sense, because Lourdes was featured on Nicki Minaj's album Pink Friday 2, and then she signed her. So then the last song Lourdes released, it didn't have Heavy on it as the record label. She independently released it. So is she now independent? And now Lourdes is like, well, you know what? I'm going to go with Cardi B. So it's just interesting to have those questions. But this R&B hip hop type of song, it's crazy good. Don't listen to it around with your kids, to be honest. If you have kids, listen to it on your own or with headphones on. It's very elevated in a sense of any other R&B pop hip hop song I have heard from a female rap artist. Like, it sounds a little bit more sophisticated, and it doesn't sound vulgar. But if you listen to the lyrics and you listen to Lourdes' voice, oh, so good. Like, I think this girl's gonna blow up hopefully soon, because she has really delivered great vocals both on Nicki Minaj records and now in Cardi B's record. So I think Lourdes is on the high, but this is one of the stronger tracks, honestly, from Cardi's B album. I feel like I feel like this song is just so much better than like I said, any other R&B hip hop song mixture of two artists that has been released in the last good like 10 years. Like, this one stands out so much. And even the theme and the topic being so, it's driven, right? Being about being intimate with someone, wanting someone, but it doesn't sound so vulgar, so out of place. Like, it sounds so sophisticated on it. So definitely on my back, go listen to that one. I think that's another standout track that a lot of people have been listening to, and it's one that a lot of people are talking about. Now, the next song is going to be undeniably, I think, going to become like my top Cardi B song, because it features my favorite girl, Selena Gomez. And Pick It Up is this track where it's mid-tempo. It's a little like ringy. Like, if you listen to the beat, it's interesting because it's not like a pop beat, but it's not like a hip hop beat. It's a weird beat. But at first listen, I'll be honest, I was a little confused. But at second listen, okay, I get it, right? So this song, she's just talking about like being confident within yourself and like picking up your phone and wanting someone. So it's a very cool track just based on the way it sounds. Now, vocally, Selena Gomez was so good on this. I give her props on this because I feel like if she were to do this type of sound a little bit more, and the type of cadence and the type of rhythm and the type of melody she was singing was very like something new from her and something that she fit in very well. Like, I love how she just sounds in this. Also, Cardi B sings on this record, and when there's a place in the chorus where Selena's singing and then Cardi B starts singing, they actually sound very similar. Like, I had to really think about like who is singing at this moment. I even went to Genius lyrics online and I was like, okay, who's singing what? And yeah, I was right. So like for a minute there, they do sound alike, but you can tell that it's Cardi B kind of towards the end of that part of the chorus. You can tell that it's Cardi B. So yeah, go listen to that one. It's like this mid-tempo pop track. I don't even know what to call it because it feels like it has like no genre. Like, of course, Cardi B raps on it and everything, but it's just a very unique sound that I don't think I've ever heard something like that, which is good because I do want to hear something new. But it's just one of those songs that I feel like it's gonna be a better choice, and people are gonna really like this song because of how mainstream it sounds. So it does sound mainstream. So yeah, go check it out, pick it up. The final song you need to go listen to, it's called Hello, and it's this hardcore hip hop song where she's basically saying how confident she is. I'm back. I am not gone. Step out of the way because the queen is back. It has that flow, that confidence, that aura of like how much she is here to stay. She is here to stay. She is not going anywhere. She just took a little break, but now she's back. And I feel like this song should have been the first song of the album track listing, but then I understand why Dead featuring Summer Walker was. But this song, she did her thing. Like, she did her thing. I think this is one of the more like clubby songs, one of those songs that like will be played and kind of girls dance to, or not just girls, but people in the club can dance to, just because of how big, like the energy of the song feels really big, but it's still very hardcore hip hop. And I think that's why I truly like it, because it's something you can dance to, but she's still spitting her rhymes, her verses. She's still doing a great job delivering those vocals and delivering those verses. So yes, hello, go listen to that one. I hope we get a music video for this, because I think it would be cool to kind of be like, hello, I'm back, right? Kind of give us that Cardi B of like, I'm not gone, I'm here. And so I think this would have been so cool. I think Outside and Imaginary Players weren't the greatest choices for singles. I don't know why she did that. I mean, maybe she wanted to just surprise us and give us the best when the album was released. But I feel like you need a good single. You need a single that hooks the fans or hooks new people. And so I think for her to kind of add Imaginary Players as a single wasn't the best choice. But she hella surprised us. She hella surprised us with this record. She did her thing on it. And I think it's just one of her best, honestly, like, projects ever. And it's a really big hip hop project. And I'm so happy we finally got it. But yeah, guys, go check it out. Go check out her second album. It's so much better than her first one. I feel like this is just a level up. The features are crazy. Like, I was not expecting such heavy hitter features, especially female features. And I shouldn't say especially, but I'm a stand of another rap girl who hardly features any females. And so I think for Cardi B to do that and give those girls the spotlight and truly give them a voice is something that worked well. And that's something that we all want. We want to make sure that females get the same respect as male artists. And so I think Cardi B did an amazing job with this whole record. So chaotic, so great, very genre diverse. The verses, the lyrics, the call outs, she's not holding back. And I think this is just the beginning of Cardi B. And I truly hope we don't wait like another 7 years. Was it 7 years? 8 years? I don't know how long it was. But we waited a long time for this record, and I'm happy we finally got it. I hope we only wait like a year or two max for her third record, because I feel like she's an artist that can honestly stay in the game for a long time. Like, she can be another one where she doesn't fade out as long as she keeps giving us music and not so much just like drama, right? But she is the drama, right? That's why she named her album I Am the Drama. All right, you guys. So thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Go check out all the tracks. They're all great. They're all amazing. I'm so excited to what else we're going to get next week, because next week we are getting Doja Cat. And then the week after we are, wait. Let me go back. So next week we are getting Perry by the member of Little Mix. We are getting Zara Larson. We are getting Doja Cat. We are getting 3 top albums, 3 of them, guys, 3 of them, and I'm so excited to listen to those 3. And then the following week we are finally getting Taylor Swift's album, The Life of a Showgirl. And that album, I feel like it's gonna be epic. I'm excited for Pop Taylor. I'm so done with this sad Taylor from the Poetry's Department, whatever that title was. I'm sorry, no hate to Taylor Swift, but that album was not it. It was not it sonically. Okay, lyrically, yes, perfection. Sonically, it was not it. But I'm excited. I'm excited for what's to come the next few weeks. Like I said, I'm going to switch up this podcast a little bit, just tweaking it a little bit so I can explore, do more deep dives, and just do what I like and enjoy, which is talking about music all the time. I love talking about music. I love talking about the production. I love talking about lyrics and what they mean. I just love it all. Okay. Thank you guys again. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share with a friend. Follow me on Spotify, Apple Music, Instagram, all the socials down below. Go listen to it. Go listen to these songs. I'm going to put in our playlist. Go listen to on the playlist. I have it on Apple Podcasts and Apple Music. Not Apple Podcasts. Oh my gosh. Apple Music and Spotify. So I have 2 playlists, right? You can go check out whatever streaming service you like to use. And thank you. Love you. Remember, say it louder. It's only Treble.